Welcome YouTube, GSJ. And yes, this is not an FJR. It is not a VFR. It is a Kawasaki Concours 2014. Now this is not my first ride on it. I have taken another ride on it earlier, but so this would be kind of like my second ride. And I want to give you some of my initial thoughts and impressions of this beautiful bike from Kawasaki. It's a little roughed up. Got some nicks on it, but it's a beautiful bike nonetheless still for me. And pretty quick bike too. Taking it out earlier, it's really fast. It got some really neat stuff on it. Of course, it's got the Kawasaki K-Track or traction control, K-Act, or their ABS system. It's linked, brakes. It's got some handlebar risers on it already. It's got an aftermarket, what is it? Vance & Hines CS1 exhaust. Sounds really cool. And it's just a beautiful bike overall. So let's go hop on this baby and take it for a spin. These are keyless systems. They use a fob. As long as you're within range, just press down on the button here. Turn to the on position and fire away. Now I already set the windshield to the highest position when it turns on, so that's pretty cool. I got the clock set, so that's cool. And this baby's already kind of warm, so let's hop on here and get it going. This is a 6-speed transmission. And those lights down there in the right corner, yep, they went out. That's what they're supposed to do. Actually showing that I have both systems on. Really, really sweetheart of a bike, from what I can tell. Hear that nice exhaust. I love it. I hope you can hear it. This bike is 688 pounds wet, but like I'm riding right now, it is very comfortable. The weight just disappears. The transmission is really smooth. I mean, really, really butter smooth. Light curve here. This bike is you can take to the twisties on this thing, in my opinion. It feels really light, very, very light and agile as you move. Not as good as a leader bike, but pretty darn good. No specific routes today, other than I'll probably try to take it on the freeway and let you guys look at it there. It has grip warmers here on my left side, left upper inner fairing, and they are turned maximum heat, and they are working pretty good. You got your gear indicator on the top left. I don't know if you can see that. Also your temp gauge vertically. It says Eco in Eco mode. I'm not sure how to control that yet. I'm on the range setting or mode. The far right has a vertical fuel gauge, digital, everything digital. It's on the odometer there, clock there. Those two little bottom right there, if you can see it, or these two little ring or circles, that is the K-Act setting. There's two settings, one for standard and one for high. And it just means that One is more suited for one person, one is for two, as I understand it. Probably more detailed than that, but kind of the gist of it. One's more intrusive and one's less intrusive. Here's a 25-mile-an-hour curve. We're doing about 37. As you can see, corner's really good. Like I said, I'll try to get us to the freeway. So be patient with me. I think that's where this thing really lives. But this bike you can do in sports touring bikes in general, like the FJR, the VFR, and all other sports, the 1200 RT. They have magnificent flexibility. Magnificent. That's why they're sport and touring. Compromised naturally bike, because it's not going to be super great in one area, but good in a lot of areas, like speed, cornering. It's just not the best in every area, in my opinion, but it's really good if you really want a balanced bike. And the Concours has been around. The first one is, I believe, was in 1986. So this got a long history behind it, and indicates a lot of perfection. They perfected this bike over the years. Of course, if you've been following sport touring and the category sport touring, it's there's not much change has been done lately, though. Not to try to contrast my previous statement, but it's just very refined. So I guess is what I'm trying to say. So they get a lot of things right. A lot of the complaints about this bike, if there were going to be some complaints about it, is just what is lacking, it seems to me, from what I am hearing about. The lack of cruise control is basically what I'm trying to say. This bike needs cruise control. Who's cruise control? There's actually a few companies out there, in my initial research, that have some cruise control options. Of course, you have the your basic throttle lock systems you can also employ too. So that's sort of there's one criticism that I've been hearing about, is that not necessarily about the engine or performance. The comfort on this, I'll tell you firsthand that the comfort is just awesome. It's really good. There's a slight lean, just a very touch of a slight lean forward. Although with these bar risers, it's almost imperceptible for me. The seat is wonderful. This is the stock seat, and it is great, really great. Love a stock seat. It's comfortable. I've rode this once before, and like I mentioned earlier, and it's just wonderful, comfortable. It's my seat, or should I say, my bottom was doing good. So comfort-wise, it's really nice. These mirrors are car-like, as I was, it's very car-like. It's huge. I mean, they're monster-sized mirrors, and they're breakaway mirrors. You can kind of tell looking at them there. So if someone bumps into them, they'll go in that direction rather than just break off. And these brakes are linked, so you look at that. Beautiful. and they work really strong, as you can see. That was nothing. That light was a stale green, or oh. And it's a very fast bike, very fast bike. I can get up to speed really quick on this thing. Very little effort. Such control. So you don't have to be the best of riders. Now, I don't recommend a brand new rider. It's basically the weight and power. Those two go hand in hand, right? It's really heavy, just really heavy, and you got to be very careful. And it's just a lot of feel, a lot of control is got to be used on a bike like this. A lot of speed and a lot of control. Very quick though, very quick. You can see I can just go through the lanes very fast here. Not a big deal. It almost makes it if like you don't have to be a very, very skilled or experienced rider on this motorcycle, despite the weight. Despite the weight size. Now the seat height, speaking of dimensions, is like 32.1. So it's fairly tall compared to your cruisers, but it's right there in the middle of things for bikes. So, this is very easily handled bike, man. Oh, such an awesome bike. Let me see here. You got a digital thing here, shows your speed trap thing. It says here 45. Huh. Looking at the speed of this. Checking the speedometer, how accurate it is there. Now, it doesn't sound as naturally as cool. It's still pretty cool, I think, but very sedated, I guess, on the exhaust note. But, you know, most bikes are like that, right? Most bikes are like that stock. I am just relaxed, very relaxed. I feel like I can almost go to sleep with this bike, how relaxed it is for me. Okay, welcome back, YouTube. I'm about to the freeway here. That's what I've been waiting for. The freeway. It's kind of a trick. Takes a little while to get. I mean, there's direct routes to the freeway, but it's no real easy way about it. Where I'm at. So here on the left handlebar side, you got your high and low beams. It also has a little button here. You press down on it. It does right here for pass. If you want to pass somebody, rather than slipping your high beams on and then turn off, it's just a quick little push of the button here. Also, this on the left side, you can also have your K-Act or your ABS, which you can turn on and off and have those two modes, high and then standard. And then below that, the K-Act, on the bottom there on the left side, you got your traction control. And then in the middle there, you got your windshield. Go up and down. I have mine set at the highest position. That's where I like it, as it's generally cold where I'm from. And that's why I do that. Alright, getting on the freeway here. We are going to do, let's see, fifth gear, 60 miles an hour. It is about, let me see here, about 3,300 RPMs. And in fifth, it is a 6-gear bike, 6 gears. On the gear indicator, let's move it up to 6. It will show OD, where it normally shows like a number for your gears. It says OD on there, and it's very relaxed. It's 60 now, same miles per hour. It is under. It's about 2,700 RPM. About 27, and damper. All right. Away from me here, but anyway. We're doing 70 now, and it's 33, 32. So 70 at 33, 32. It's not bad. Not bad at all. Cruising along. Here on the left, next to a semi, is the stability. Because of the size, well, there's some advantages to a larger bike. You don't feel like you're going to get sucked in or blown over when you're driving next to semi-trucks as much like you would on a lighter bike. So, just cruising along, very relaxed. It is nothing. This is nothing for this bike. I'll tell you that. The 6th gear is very noticeable to me, the difference, and just the way the bike sounds, feels, very relaxed. It is a overdrive, so very relaxed in this gear. The lower gears, there's a lot more power I can feel. This 6th gear is a lot more relaxing. If I had my phone all set up, I can do a 60 to 80 roll-on, which I wouldn't mind doing. Little Harley rider there on the other side. I might just do one, we'll see, without that phone all set up for my record. I can see why many people love this bike, and it has such a great following. This is a great following. There's got the Concours owners group, Concours enthusiasts. It's also known in Europe as the, I think it's the 1400, Concours 1400 GTR. I'm a fan right now. I am a fan of this bike, let me tell you. I am a big fan of this bike. This bike is really nice. For me, that's what I like. I like a very balanced motorcycle that gives me all of everything all in one package. I am a fan. And it has a lot of pickup. I mean, this is the top gear. Still got a lot of pickup left in this thing. What I mean is it's got a lot of acceleration. Just accelerate, just hit the throttle and you can just go. You can commute to work on this thing too. Although I would recommend probably more of a, I would recommend not like a few miles. Your commute is something like 25 miles, 35 miles, something like that. I think this thing would be pretty good. So, back to the beginning. This bike, my initial thoughts and impressions is that it's great in every area. From braking to acceleration, comfort. It's a pretty decent sized bike. So, you should have some experience with this bike. Well, I mean, not with this bike, but before you get on it, before you try it out, you should have some experience experience with other bikes of similar size and weight. It absorbs, talking about the bumps and suspension, it absorbs those pretty good. On my other two bikes, my voice would be like thrown off. It'd be if I'm talking. So dialed in pretty good. It's remote adjustable on the rear shock. And then you got your standard preload damping rebound on the front here. Right over there. I think that's it over there. So what it is, a Kawasaki Concours 14. Get some gas. Okay, back YouTube. Well, welcome back to YouTube. There's not much else to say about this really great bike other than just enjoy. If you're looking for a sports touring bike, I would definitely recommend this bike. It definitely gets my recommendation. It's a great all-around performer. And that's it. End of story. I will be heading back onto the freeway and doing more riding. So I thank you if you're with me on this review / initial impression of this bike. Never know, I might actually get this thing as make it my personally owned beast. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I'd really be nice and encouraging if you would give me a like. And as they say, drop me a comment if you will. It'd be cool too. Subscribe, that'd be cool. But this is motorcycling, right? Motorcycles all about freedom, all sort of thing. So do what you need to do what you want. This is GSJ, and I'm out. God bless. Never fails. There's a bike around, guys will drive just double what they would normally do. Something about bikes that they want to go even faster. Like their four-wheeled machine is so great. It goes to 160, 80 miles an hour or whatever. Never fails, man. The faster I go, the faster they go. Trying to be ahead of me. Going over some serious bump action here.